Vegas, eh? Today I'm here to talk to you about that thing up there. That thing up there is called the MSG SPHERE, or SPHERE if you don't know how to say it properly, and it's going to be located in Las Vegas, Nevada. And it's down near, on the strip, just off the strip, near the Venetian and the Palazzo. And this thing is really, truly amazing. So, as promised, I said on my Facebook page and our Twitter and Instagram that I was going to talk some facts about this really cool piece of architecture and technology combined. So the MSG SPHERE at the Venetian, scheduled to open in 2021, and it was started in September of 2018. And it's been in the news a lot lately. I think a lot of people were worried that it was going to become a white elephant, that it was going to become one of those things in Las Vegas, like some of the casinos, like the Drew, that had been stalled for a long time, for years in some cases. So I think people are relieved that this structure is continuing. And let's face it, MSG, Madison Square Gardens, based out of New York, I think, that's where I know it is the corporation that's building this. It's going to cost $1.2 billion. But apparently there was an article today that said it might go up to $1.7 billion, which sent the shares plummeting to their lowest value since January of this year. But I'm not too worried when a stock says its lowest value since January of this year. If it was the lowest of all time, maybe you need to take some concern, but I don't think that's that big of a deal. So it's going to open in 2021. It's obviously globe-shaped, and it's covering 18 acres in land space. It's going to be 366 feet tall. They say that it has 18,000 cubic yards of concrete. No, strike that. It's not 18,000 cubic yards of concrete. It's a lot of concrete, a lot of steel. So we'll skip that one. But anyway, it is 18 acres. It's located at Sands Avenue and South Koval, and 360 feet tall. One article said it's going to be 516 feet in diameter. Just to put the size of this thing in perspective, you could put 3 blimps inside this sphere. I've also heard 3 football fields is the size of the screen that's going to be inside, and that's where we're going to get to right now. The screen resolution on this thing, in the case you haven't already noticed here, that's what's making this performance entertainment venue different than anything unseen in the world. This thing is going to have the largest LED screen on the planet for people to watch. You're going to be immersed in the experience of what you're watching, whether it's a concert, maybe U2 is playing there. They have everything embedded into this to make the experience knock your socks off. It has 100 times the resolution than your home TV. So even the brightest, most clear resolution TV at home, this thing is going to be 100 times greater than that. And remember, this is on the inside and the outside of this structure. So when you're flying into Las Vegas, like my airplane, you're flying into Vegas, you're going to be able to see this from your airplane. As you look down the strip, oftentimes you can see, obviously, depending on what side of the plane you're on, you can see what the strip looks like. And you'll be able to see whatever image they decide to put on it. And they can cast any image on this thing, outside and inside. It's just phenomenal to think about what they're going to do. So they say you're going to be immersed in the experience. It's going to hold up to 17,000 people, 18,000 seats, I should say. It's got 170,000 square foot screen. That's how big it is. 170,000 square feet. That's impressive. All the seats, they say, will be of equal view. And it'll incorporate all the senses in this perfectly sphere-shaped entertainment venue. Can you imagine watching a movie on this thing? Let's see here. Oh yeah, so it's going to host concerts, sporting events, award shows, business conventions, that sort of thing as well, business presentations. They said it was 1.2 to 1.7 billion. We covered that. Just by comparison, though, they're going to look at those prices. So the T-Mobile Arena was around $350 million to build that beautiful arena. That should be an award-winning arena if it's not. Being Canadian, I've seen a lot of hockey arenas. And that one is the most impressive on the planet, I would say. But that's 350 million. This thing's going to be anywhere, let's call it 1.5 billion, right? Just to kind of level it off here. So just by comparison as well, the new stadium being built is $1.8 billion. So this thing is not cheap. And but it's not just the structure you see. It's the electronics, the state-of-the-art electronics that they're putting into this. So it's just more than a structure. They're claiming it's going to have 4,400 jobs a year there, which is good for Vegas, isn't it, right? It says they'll have all high-speed internet connections available to every seat to help with the immersion of the experience. Fully programmable exterior as well. This is where it gets really cool. The sound is really amazing. It's called beam forming technology. So think of it. Beam forming technology. See, I got excited there. It is as it sounds. I liken it to having someone point a spotlight at you. So the spotlight right now is my massive finger here, no jokes. So that's pointing right at me right now. They can arrange it so English is being broadcast to me. That spot beam, they can have one for the person beside me, for my friend Manuel. He speaks Spanish. His immersion experience can be in Spanish only, and I don't hear it. He doesn't hear my English. Is that amazing or what? 10 years from now, we'll probably go, oh yeah, big deal, right? But that is impressive to me. So the sound can be directed to you. They're also obviously going to change the environmental controls, but they're also able to immerse your senses with smell. So they could put a sense of, heighten your sense of smell by adding to it. I can't think of a show. I mean, think of, maybe it's a garden. So they can put floral scents throughout the building, and you'll be able to experience that. So that is really cool. Different languages beamed just like a spotlight at you. Beam forming technology. There are no speakers in there. You're not going to see the massive stand of speakers like you do at rock concerts, right? Where you're worried the big speaker's going to fall off and everybody's freaking out, man. So let's see here. The skyline view will be amazing. We talked about that from the airplane. They're also talking about building a 1,000-foot walkway from pedestrian walkway from the MSG Sphere to the Venetian and Palazzo, because that's what it's affiliated with, and you'll be able to go there. So I think it's interesting because that's the more northerly section of the strip compared to where the T-Mobile and the new Allegiant Raiders Stadium are located. So you're going to have these two massive structures at each end of the strip. So I think that kind of helps to balance it out. And I know some of you will correct me. I know it's not the end of the strip, but it's further down, that's for sure. The next one they're talking about building, the exact same structure. They're going to build one in London, and that's my two favorite buildings on earth right now, MSG Sphere and the Las Vegas Raiders Allegiant Stadium. It's amazing what Las Vegas is doing, and it's exciting, and it's exciting to be there and be a part of it, or to go down and see it. And a lot of people are making multiple trips to go down and see all the changes in Las Vegas. I'd be curious to hear what you think of this MSG Sphere. And I hope you'll share it with us in the comments section below. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to ask you at the beginning of this video, can you like, share, and subscribe? I always say that I'm One Take Sandman. My name's Sandy, but I go by Sandman because two reasons. One, I want to differentiate myself from the rest of the YouTubers out there who have the high special effects and really cool things they can do like Matthew does. And I also want to tell you and admit that I don't know how to edit these videos anyway. So, I mean, why not make it as though you're actually with me? If I stumble on a word, if I don't look as pretty as some people on YouTube, that's why. It's as if you're hanging out with me, and I appreciate that immensely. So if you could like, share, subscribe, it'd be really neat to see my channel go up there with some of the big guns, and I hope you enjoy it. So thanks for watching. Vegas, eh? Oops.